Hey, what's going on, y'all? Just call next time. Just call me or text me or something, man. What's going on? It's your man, Rick the Dawn. But today, I'm just Ritchie Rich. Yo, I got another one on the books for y'all. I'm ready. I'm excited about this one. I did a little bit of looking around before I decided to pick this one because I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a dud. And I think it's decent. I didn't look at it strenuously. But anyway, you know that you can check out this series at look anywhere that podcasts are available. Becoming Ritchie Rich, the podcast is there, or you can just watch it here. Why not YouTube? All right, folks. Oh man, I don't know what to expect. I saw some decent stuff, but before we jump into it, thinking cap, please. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's more like it. So yeah, everything seems to be pretty usual. Nothing out of the ordinary whatsoever. Here it is, man. So we're going to use Bloog Space today. I would like to definitely let you know that you can join Bloog Space. If you're watching this episode, click right here, members only, and join the members only Bloog room or the Bloog team or what have you. Everything else is pretty open for anybody to use. But if you're a part of the membership, once this website takes off, you'll be with me. All right? You'll be with me. All right, but anyway, you know what to do. Mafia family, show some love to the video by liking it. You know you're part of the Mafia family if you like the video and you subscribe to the channel. And what's the other one? Yeah, that's the only thing I need you to do. Anyway, check it out, yo. We're gonna use Bloog Space. Here it is. And this one is called Cyxtera Technologies. I do apologize if I get that wrong, because I'm not exactly sure. Okay, but that's my best guess. That's it. And I wanted to also just take a quick look here to ensure that there's a website, and I believe this is it right here. But anyway, before we jump into all that kind of stuff, let's go here and just do a quick look and see what the potential is. This is what I looked at. If you just want to get in and get out, here we go. All right. Do I need to tell you that this stock has a lot of potential? Do I have to tell you this? If you just look at this graph, it's pretty clear that this stock has a lot of potential. Here's why I say that. All right, right now it is trading for a very measly 30 cents per share. The volume is not where it needs to be. I will admit that the volume is not good at all. And speaking of volume, why not go ahead and put that A+ there? But anyway, not a lot of volume there. But let's look at the graph. Let's take a look. Right now it's trading at 30 cents, but let me see. Let's go back to the peak. All right, this was on January 26th. So we're talking about mere months ago. It was trading for $3. So the big question is, what happened at about this point right here that caused this downward spiral to where we are today? But still, I think the fact remains. This stock has a lot of potential because look where it comes from. It's coming from very, very high tides, high water. And, sometimes the past repeats itself. And if that is the case, I want to be on board when that happens. I'm a wave investor. I follow the waves. And if I knew that in January, there's a wave this strong, but now the tides seem to be cool and calm, I'm going to say, wait a minute. It has that type of potential. I saw that potential with my own eyes. All right. But anyway, I like stability. And when I look for stability, it seems to be pretty stable in this space right here. So that's about $2.23. We have to figure out what happened, which caused this downward spiral. And that should let me know whether or not this is a stock that's worth investing in. That being said, if you're done, have a good day. Like the video on your way out. But if you want to deep dive into this stock like I do, then stick around. Here we go, y'all. Hey man, I'm just gonna take a break. This thing got a chin strap. Is that what wigs have? Hey, this is my wife's wig, bro. Don't judge me, okay? This is my wife's wig. It got a chin strap. Like, what is this for? Hold up, is it a chin strap? Oh man, that feels better. Yeah, that's more like it. Why don't women wear the chin straps when they put their wigs on? All right, chin strap in place. I'm ready to do some work. All right, here we go. All right, so if we look at the market cap, 53.73 million, and the revenue is 746. What? And the chin straps, 746 million. Goodness gracious, dude, that's insane. That's a lot of money. This company makes money, y'all. Alert. This company makes money. Almost $1 billion company. I mean, in terms of revenue, sorry. Almost $1 billion in revenue. All right. And the market cap is also pretty impressive. So needless to say, this company has some engines, a nice engine. Okay. But let's keep moving. And like I said, if you're good with that, have a good day. But next, let's go ahead and see what this company does. All right. What is this? They got to work on their name, by the way. You know, Amazon is so easy to say. Amazon, it just rolls off the tongue. What is this? Cyxtera? What does that mean? Anyway, it provides various data center products and services for enterprises, service providers, and government agencies. I love when I see the word government because that's almost like guaranteed money. All right, it offers retail, colocation, interconnection, deployment, and support services. Bare metal, and on demand. I love when I see the word. Okay, wait, let's clap it up. Two amazing words right here: government and IT. That's almost like guaranteed money because those two fields are not going anywhere. Picture the U.S. without government. It's just not logical to think that way. Picture the future without technology. So the fact that they have technologies in their name speaks to a lot of money. That sounds so greedy. All right, but anyway, I like what I see. Needless to say, I'm a big fan of all these things: technology, government, money, all of those things. But let's keep looking. All right, let's look at the financials here. It says that the reported earnings result for the third quarter and 9 months ended on September 30th, 2022. For the third quarter, the company reported sales was 186.6 million compared to 177.1 million a year ago. So that is an increase in revenue over a year. The net loss was 55.9 million compared to 46.7 million a year ago. So it did experience some losses, but overall, not bad at all. All right, now, if we look at the return on investment, we can see that most investors that invest in this company lose about 1%. Now, I'm not sure how accurate that is when you take into account what the stock was trading at in January. That's definitely not a 1% loss, but you know, I'll take it with a grain of salt for what it's worth. But anyway, nevertheless, 1% on a penny stock is actually very, very good. Still, I'm not sure if I buy that. I don't know if this has been updated. You saw what the stock price was in January. You saw that, and you see where it is now. You went from $3 to 30 cents. I mean, come on, that's definitely not a 1% loss. But perhaps I'm not sure what metrics they're using to do their calculation. So, like I said, I'll take it with a grain of salt. My favorite industry ratio or PE ratio is 25. The industry itself is at 27, so I'm not far off from where I like to be at. However, the company is not there, needless to say. All right, now keeping it moving. Now looking at dividends. This stock does not offer dividends. No big surprises there. And now looking at revenue. As I've stated before, this company is doing very well in the revenue area. They have a lot of money. They seem to be banking the dough, and they're in government. They're in technology. These are both great things. IT. So I like what I'm seeing here. They have surpassed their projections. Their projections was 190.87 million. They're 192.9 million. So this company is making money. And my basic theory is if a company has money or makes money, so will the investors, so will the shareholders. So in my personal opinion, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't see any cause for pause at this particular moment. Now, looking at the technical indicators in terms of technology, algorithms, numbers, computers, what do they think? Because they don't have any bias at all. Even I have bias towards technology and things of that nature, but the technical analysis will not have that bias. For hourly trading, there's a buy and strong buy. For day trading, it is a strong sell on both sides. Yeah, okay, that's a little surprising. I thought it would probably hold on to a sell or strong sell all the way through. Weekly, strong sell, monthly, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. Strong sell across the board for day trading, weekly trading, and monthly trading. That sucks. So with that being said, it's not an A+, it couldn't be. We're going to go down to let's go to an A- tentatively. I don't know how, I'm not sure it's gonna hold up. But let's keep going. Let's keep looking. Now I want to go to the historical data. Again, the volume on this stock is 600,000 transactions. That is not good in my opinion. I like for the companies I'm invested in to have at least an average of 1 million transactions or volume. That's just my comfort zone. That's the win. If you're a win investor like myself, the volume is the win. That's the power that you need in order for your stock price to grow. Okay, now looking here at the historical data, we can see that oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. Oh man, I'm starting to feel itchy. All right, starting to feel butterflies. All right, so the average is 38 cents, and right now the stock is trading at 29 cents. So that means on average, this stock is trading about 10 cents higher than where it is right now, which means if you get in right now at 29 cents, anywhere in 29 cents, you could make some money. And this is a great time to tell you I'm not your financial advisor. So if you get in and the stock tanks and drops down to 5 cents, it's your fault because you didn't do your own investigation. That's what I'm doing right this second. I mean, Zacks or any of these other, these really popular shows and YouTubers, they can tell you anything. But I'm going to always do my own due diligence. And I just record it so that you can see it as well. But nevertheless, I am not here to tell you that you want to get into this stock. What I will tell you, though, is that the average is 38 cents. And right now it's trading at about 30 cents. That's an 8 cents profit margin. So in my personal opinion, there's some money here if it's trading in the 29-cent realm. Now, what's even more satisfying is that the low is 27 cents. So even if it does drop, let's say you get into 29 or 0.299, and it drops down to 27, that's not a huge loss. In fact, it's not a loss at all unless you sell, because you don't lose unless you sell. However, the high, this is where the butterflies should start to hit you in the tummy. All right, in the tummy, not the stomach. All right, because the high is 94 cents over the last 30 days. Now, the only problem with that is that the high is on March 27th, which is where my data cuts off. So that's not very impressive when you really think about it, because we know that it's coming from higher ground to where it is now. So that just means that, we're just kind of we're catching the very bottom of that high. So that doesn't really impress me necessarily. But it is impressive overall. And then if we look just above the 27, we can see that it had a tumultuous, a 4-day time span in which it just dropped from 80. Oh my gosh. Imagine getting into this stock on March 27th. And the stock is, doing pretty well that day. It's up 5%. And then over the next 4 days, your 89 or your 88, or let's say 89 cent investment drops down to 30 cents. That's like buying a pair of shoes for $90 just to find out the next day it's trading on sale for 30. How terrible is that? So I think something needs to happen for us to get real data. I think that the data is slightly skewed based on this very, very high peak in which it's coming from. But if we remove the 27th, we should get something that's a little more logical. So let's do that. Let's move the 27th. Let's go to the 24th, and we should get numbers that, give us more realistic averages. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. So what am I doing wrong? Okay, wait. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's go to the 29th of March. Wait, what? Is that confusing or what? I see. That's on. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right. I got it. I understand. So let's go to the 29th of March, because that's when I'm trying to figure out. I want to know if I should go to the 29th of March or should I, let's go to the 4th of April. That should tell us the absolute truth. Let's do that. Let's go to the 4th of April, or rather the 3rd of April. That's this month alone. Because right now, today's date is April 26th. You might be watching this 6 years from now, for all I know. But here we go. So this is going to help us out. Watch this. All right, here are the realistic numbers. The high is 43 or 0.438 cents. That's more realistic. I mean, would I like to consider 90% or 90 cents as a possibility for this thing to spike? Of course, but it's not realistic, okay? I'm going to say 0.4338 is the high. That's the ceiling for right now. And then the average is 32 cents. You see how more realistic that is? Right now it's trading at 29 cents and the average is 32, which means there's still money here, but not as much as we thought initially. Okay, so nevertheless, I'm still happy right now. One way or the other, you're going to make some money in this company if you get in and sell. You're paying attention, and you sell when you start to see that green plus percentage in your investing account. Start paying attention right when you see that green. It can go a little bit higher than where you might see it, but then again, it can sink back down. We know where this stock is at. In terms of volatility, we can see a lot of green. Look at this. Just green. A lot of penny stocks have more red than green on this side. So I'm really happy to see so much green. Now I'm going to do something really dangerous. Really dangerous. I'm going to go all the way back to its heyday. All right. I'm going to go back to its heyday and say, what can we expect? Right. This is dangerous right here. Don't do this. All right. The high is $4. Oh man, I'm going to get in at 30 cents and sell at $4. That's a pipe dream. But I'm just saying, I still want to see it. The average is $2. What if this was realistic? What if you can get in at 30 cents and the average is $2, meaning this stock just jumps up for some reason? And even better, it jumps up to $4. I mean, very unrealistic, but still, I like the way this looks for sure. Nevertheless, let's keep moving. This is the actual website of the company. Very beautiful layout. I tend to look at this stuff now because I have so many websites, so I know what it takes to run one. So I'm looking for mistakes, problems, issues, like my sites usually have. I'm gonna work on it one of these days. All right, I'm working on it right now. Actually, I just talked to my developer about one of my sites. But anyway, very, very clean site, very clean layout, and I just like how polished it looks. Everything's snappy. So just a good representation of the company itself, okay? All right, now let's keep it moving. Let's look at the stock split history. No stock splits. Beautiful, but let's double check it just to make sure that's accurate. And it is. No stock splits, which means this company is one or two things. It does very, very well so that there's never any pressure from, I guess this is NASDAQ, right? Is this NASDAQ? Yeah, it is NASDAQ. There's never pressure from NASDAQ to get their stock price above the minimum bid. However, that could be yesterday's news. Today's news might be now the stock, for whatever reasons, having some problems, and they may have to start complying with some really bitter rules from NASDAQ if they don't get their act together. Now, what we're hoping, me and you, if we're investing in this company, is 30 cents is just a bad time right now. It's just a bad time. It fell on hard times, and it will eventually return to its prominence, which is about the $2 mark, $3 mark. Eventually, right now, it's just a rough time. Maybe some bad news came out. The investors overreacted, but I'm going to argue that the investors probably are acting correctly. We will find out, though. That is one thing for sure. But I'm really happy that there's no stock splits. Nevertheless, I think that it's really, really fair to give this a B right now. It's a lot of choppy news, a lot of confusion in terms of the stock price. It's going up. It's like my mind is trying to balance things out, weigh the good versus the bad. And I think a really safe space for me right now is a B. Okay, let's look at the news and let's figure out if we can find out what happened with this company in certain areas. All right, it had a 15% drop. I mean, you want to talk about a drop. Anytime your stock drops 10 to 15%, that's worth paying attention to. So let's read what happened. They earned a 5-star rating in the 2023 CRN Partner Program Guide. You know, one of the most confusing things for me is when the stock drops on positive news. I just don't get it. Now, the most logical or the best possible outcome or possibility for that happening is the stock had a huge spike that day, and then the investors who had been invested in it for some time made a couple dollars and sold off and just say, hey, I made my money. I'm going to go ahead and count my blessings and keep it pushing. But other than that, I don't understand this phenomenon, but it happens so often that I need to learn more about why stocks drop when the positive news comes out. It's not always, but it happens a lot. Anyway, they launched online self-service capabilities, and that's not bad. They announced the fourth quarter and full-year results. We saw that they had a net loss for the fourth quarter. Am I not mistaken about that? Let me know if I'm mistaken about that, but I believe, I'm not going to go back and waste your time, but I believe they had a net loss for the third and fourth quarter. Don't quote me on that though. But nevertheless, they still dropped by 10%. And let's look here. We have some positive news. I'm assuming that they speak at an investor conference, so perhaps the speaker did a good job and roused the investors. And somebody is really struggling to take me seriously with this wig on, but you're gonna take me seriously. Anyway, they update on REIT conversion. So there was a REIT conversion. That's worth opening. I won't do it now because this video is already going over. But that is worth looking into the REIT conversion. What happened there that caused a 12% drop? Now I want to go a little further in the history and see if I can find some of these gigantic drops, and there's no information with regards to the bigger drops, but we will take a look at this 15% drop. Again, second quarter results. It seems like this stock doesn't do so well when their earnings come out, and that's really surprising. Most companies do well when earnings reports drop, but when you had the information divulged to the public about their earnings, the results seem to scare the investors because the evidence shows that. All right, nevertheless, let's keep it moving. Next, I want to go ahead and see if there's anybody on the sidelines waiting for this stock to go kaput. I'm trying to go the way of the dodo bird. So if we look at the short percentage flow as of April 4th, oh my gosh, that's not good. What is going on? I need to figure out what's happening. Why is that 40%? I'm confused. Why? This is scary. All right, I'm sorry, I had a moment. I've never seen the short percentage float this high. Why are there so many people shorting this stock? Okay, new game plan. We need to read these articles. We need to read the article. All right, they had capabilities for the global data center, fourth quarter results, demand infrastructure solutions that accelerate custom. I don't like this news. This news is not telling me the good and the bad. So that's why we have stock twits. Stock twits is going to tell me everything. I'm going to depend on stock twits. Anyway, no, let's keep looking. That is very concerning. And needless to say, that's very, very concerning. So concerning that I'll go C+ right now. I'll have no problem going back up in a moment. Right now, that's terrifying for me, okay? All right, now I want to go look at the ratings, and perhaps these ratings will give me some clue as to why or what's going on. I'm actually going to pay more attention to this section than I normally do, because that 40% shortage flow percentage is very terrifying for me. Okay, so overall, the company has poor fundamentals. Okay, here we go. All right, for a medium to long-term investment strategy. So again, a lot of investment profitability for hourly trading. We saw that in the algorithms, but in terms of daily, weekly, and monthly trading, not so much. Good to know. All right, in terms of strengths, before interest, taxes, depreciation, the company's margins are particularly high. We saw that. We saw that very high market cap, that very high revenue. We saw all that ourselves. The company appears to be poorly valued given its net asset value. Yeah, so it seems like this particular strength is pointing out the fact that a lot of investors or market capitalists or what have you, they have the stock value very cheaply considering all these great assets that this company has. And I would have to agree, there's a lot here in terms of revenue and market cap, but overall, people just don't see it. We see that with the short percentage flow of the shorters. The people that's shorting the company, they're looking like, hey, I'm not buying it. Hey, you got all that money, so what? You're going to go the way of the dodo bird. So they see something that we don't, and perhaps it's the fact that it dropped from $4 to 30 cents. You think they didn't give shorts a great deal of confidence? I do. If I'm a short investor or like a person that short stocks, and the stock goes from $4 to 30 cents, dude, first off, I've already made a lot of money. Number one, but I think the shorts days are pretty much numbered. I think that if you are a short, you've already made your money. You've already made what you're going to make off this company. If you shorted this company when it was trading at $4 and it's now at 30 cents, you're running in the dough. And I hope that you start to realize that this company can have a turnaround. But that's the question. Can it? All right. Anyway, let's take a look at the weaknesses. Low profitability weakens the company. So it's saying the company is not profitable, though we saw that the revenue had increased, or at least they had met their forecast. So let me be very careful here. It looks like overall they're experiencing net losses. So this would be true. On the bright side, we saw that they had met their forecast, which means that the forecast, the future looks bright. Or should I say it looks brighter than it does right now. All right, yeah, this stock is making me work today. All right, usually I don't try to get this too in depth, but it's making me work because I got to figure out if I want to put my money in this company, and I'm still not exactly sold. All right, anyway, the company is not the most generous with respect to shareholder compensation. We saw that, no dividends, and I'm not exactly sure what else they could offer shareholders unless you have higher stakes into the company. But if you're talking about the average investor, I'm not sure that I understand what they're saying for that. The last 12 months, analysts have regularly downgraded their EPS expectations. Of course, it went from $4 to 30 cents. You think? Yeah. So, yeah, okay, all right. The group usually releases earnings worse than estimated. We saw that ourselves. And this is why I like doing these things live, because you'll get to see what these market screeners see, and then you'll hear me say it before we see it. We've already pointed out that the earnings are not the best, right? We saw that ourselves with our own investigation, with our own eyes. But anyway, shout out to, there was a guy who hit me up from France, man. Shout out to France. I didn't even know my videos made it to France, but shout out to France for whatever reason. Just shout out. Thank you so much. If you made it to this point in the video, why haven't you liked the video, y'all? Show your man some love. Mafia family, like the video. Let's get it. Now, I want to take a look at the filings. So I'm going to go to Cap Edge, look at the filings here and see what we can find. Oh my gosh, here it is, bright and beautiful. Okay, I don't even want to read the rest of this stuff because this is all that matters to me. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's be more diligent here. Okay, so they received something on March 30th. So there is a how do you say this? There's a silver lining here, given the fact that they just received the news in March. That gives them 6 months from March 30th to get their affairs in order. So what is that? It'll tell me. They have until, let me see, where are you? Where is it? I don't see it. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. They have until September 30th, and I don't see September in the fine print. And if you do, let me know. I don't see it, but it should say. Let me slow down here because this is important. Okay, here it is. They received a notice notifying the company due to the resignation. Oh, wait a minute, this is different. Notifying the company that due to the resignation of Melissa Hathaway and Michelle, which are apparently board of directors and audit committee, effective, the company no longer complies with NASDAQ's audit committee. Oh, so wait, this is a different type of delisting. This is not based on the fact that their share price is below $1. This is based on the fact that important people left. See, this is different. This is a whole different ballgame. They're not in compliance due to the fact that they don't have the right people on board. What is the stock? If I was invested in this company, I'd be very irritated right now. Like, hey, come on, replace Michelle. What's going on? You got to get somebody to audit the committee. You need an audit committee. Come on, get it together. The company no longer complies with NASDAQ's audit committee requirements, which means NASDAQ is saying you need a committee to audit your affairs to make sure that you're doing things legally and upright. And if you don't have that, that means you're basically the Wild Wild West. And if this company doesn't do what they're supposed to do, they're going to go to the Wild Wild West, which is the OTC, over the counter. If you don't get it right for NASDAQ, they're going to ship your little company to OTC where anything goes, because this company doesn't have what it needs to have in order to be in compliance. What in the F? All right, the notice has no immediate effect on the listing. And wait a minute. In accordance with NASDAQ's rules, the company has 45 calendar days. That is completely different. This has nothing to do with the stock price. This is a totally different matter. And I'm terrified right now because they got the notice on March 30th and they have 45 days, which is not a lot of time. They have until May 5th to get this together before they have some issues. Oh my goodness, that's way different. All right, if the company's compliance plan is accepted, the company may be granted 180 days from March 30th to evidence compliance. So the good news is they don't necessarily have to have those positions replaced by May 5th. I'm just giving a guesstimate, or May 15th perhaps. All they have to do is come up with a plan to let them know, hey, we have a plan to get those people back in office. And as long as they submit a plan, NASDAQ may or may not accept that plan. So if they don't do this, then something's really wrong. Something's really wrong. So there might be a play here. Maybe it might be best to say, let's wait a minute and see what happens with this. Let's see if they can come up with a plan. Let's see if they, get these positions filled, and then I'll invest my money. That might be the play here. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm still pretty high on the company now that I know that they're not having issues with their stock price, but that is an entirely different issue I've never faced before. So that makes me a little cautious because it is the unknown. Here it is, trading at 89.6% below our estimate. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, what? Or wait a minute. Trading at 89.6 below our estimate. What's the estimate? And if it's trading below the estimate, why is that a positive? If it's trading below the estimate, why is that a positive? I don't get that. All right, trading at good value compared to peers in industry. Okay, I get that one. It's doing better than its peers in the same industry. I get that. Has less than 1 year of cash runway. Really? The revenue was almost $1 billion. Highly volatile. I know that to be true. All right. Currently unprofitable. You think this stock has a lot of problems underneath the hood. This stock is like the best analogy I have for this company. They are like a Bugatti. Or is that too? Now let's go with a Lamborghini. This company is a Lamborghini that has issues under the hood. That's what this is. It's a Lamborghini with issues, spark plug issues. It hasn't had an oil change in a long time. One of the tire pressure is off. This is a Lamborghini with very, very minute issues that you have to scratch your head and say, why haven't y'all fixed these yet? It doesn't have an owner. The owner ditched the car on the side of the highway. The board of directors leaving, the audit committee leaving. So it needs an owner. It needs a little bit of work with the right person, the right owner. They can get them. They got a Lamborghini, for crying out loud. Hey, look, if you can't replace Michelle and Melissa, hire me. I'll be the audit committee. I know how to count. I mean, I can't read that well, but I can count. Goodness gracious, dude. All right, I'm just trying to figure this out. Now, let's go ahead and look at stock twist because they're going to be brutally honest and tell us the truth. These people are already invested in the company. They're going to let us know whether or not we want to feel like them. Here it is. Still here, bullish. This person is still optimistic, which I would be too. This system is so rigged. This person is upset, and I'm starting to feel like I understand where they're coming from. For the Gino 222,000, I know exactly why you feel this way because if you bought into this company at $4, you were expecting this company to do well. Even if you bought in at the average from October to now, October 22 to now. Even if you bought in at that particular average, you thought the stock was going to do well because the average was what, $2? So you're thinking to yourself, it came from $4, it's now at $2. Maybe if I get in at $2, it can do what Amazon might do. Anytime Amazon drops below $100, everybody knows to get in because at some point it's going to go right back above. And maybe they thought the same. I get in at $2, it goes right back above $3. I make my money. However, if that's not happening or that didn't happen and you went from 2 to 30 cents, you might feel like the system is rigged. I'm just saying. The whole market is red today, so it's okay. This person is optimistic, realizing that everything is doing pretty poorly today, and that is true. There was some news that came out. I believe the Dow was down some very significant points based on some uncertainties around, what was it? What was that word they used? I forget the word. But anyway, it was some uncertainty around, you know what I'm talking about, I forget. Anyway, let's see here. This person is saying, please go to BRQS. I used to be invested in that company. And not all that. Waking up, this stock investor is thinking that the stock is going to wake up at some point. This person is waiting for something to happen here. So again, that comes from no volume. 600,000 volume is not a good transaction rate in my personal opinion. Like I said, at least 1 million transactions per day is about where I think it should be, or any company should be, if you're expecting to see some waves. This company just doesn't have the push, the wind to make those waves that we saw in the beginning. All right, here it is. All right, let me see here. Class A price targeted updated. All right, so this person is advocating for a different company. We have to take out this endless seller who is trying to cover tons of shares at this level or these levels. All right, so this person here says run for his run. And yeah, this stock ain't running. All right, this Lamborghini has some problems, has brake pad problems, and is not really running as of this moment. That being said, I think I have figured out what I'm trying to do here. I think that this company is going to pretty much, I want to say that this company is a C in terms of money making potential. I think there's money to be made here, but I think that there's some issues that need to be cleared out first. Now let's have some fun with these stock calculators. One of my favorite parts, because we get to see what kind of money we can make. Let's say you got into this stock right now with 5,000 shares and you purchased at $29.9, which is where it's trading at right now. Let's have some fun, please. Let's have some fun. What if in this crazy scenario, this is not going to happen, but what if it happened? What if you got in at 30 cents and then over maybe the span of 5 days, it jumped to $4? Can I dream, please? Can I dream? This is what would happen. You would pay $1,500 to get in, but you would pocket $17,000. That is not happening. Let me tell you, that is not going to happen. I don't see it happening at all. What if you got in at 30 cents and it jumped up to $2, $1,500 to get in, and you would sell and make $7,000? It's a lot of money here, y'all. A lot of money here, but there's still a lot of factors that stop it from reaching its full potential. Now, more realistically, it might go up to about 40 cents. 40 cents. So this is what you might be looking at, about $300 in profit. So, I'm a little mixed on this one. That's why I'm giving it a C. It's right in the middle of the road for me. I think over the next, it's almost the end of April. So they got about 20 days. And, a good thing to do, and I don't recommend doing this often, I think a decent idea to do this is maybe Google them and see if we can find out what Google says. Let's see. I'm gonna type this in and type in news. This is off the cuff. I don't usually do this. They got press releases. This might be where I want to look at right here. Maybe the company can give us some information about their search so far. Like, have you found somebody? Is there anything about, are you looking for somebody? Tell me something. We know about this. We saw this already. This didn't matter. The investors kind of looked at this and said, whatever, who cares? All right, they launched the online self-service, fourth quarter, full results, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about any of this stuff. We care about the audit committee. So if this company is watching this video, can you give us some information about your replacing of Melissa and Michelle, these individuals? Because that's what matters. If you don't address that, you're not going to fool investors into buying into your company without that information being divulged. We need to know what you're doing as of, and this is the last news right here. Why come out with this news? They came out with this news, and then the next day they got the information from NASDAQ. So there hasn't been any major press releases from March 30th until April 13th. And sadly, this company has not given any information with regards to what they need to be doing in order to regain compliance. That could be considered a red flag. All right, but anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. If so, you know what you got to do. Mouth your family, give your man some love with a like and a subscription, all that cool stuff. And I'll holler at you on the next one. And by the way, if you're watching, or I should say, if you're listening to this via podcast, give your man a 5-star rating right there so your man can get seen. But I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.